What's up everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today we just saw DC's co-CEO James Gunn pretty much lay out what the DC universe was going to be looking like from now henceforth. This was a very interesting revelation because James Gunn basically went ahead to point out that a lot of what's been going on is to restructure the entirety of DC and finally eventually categorize aspects of entertainment that don't necessarily fall under this category but are quite significant as things that are going on in the Elseworld universe. Now, this is very interesting because aligning the movies and the games and all of the above in this entire, paradigm, I think something that's designed to go ahead and allow for fans to be able to go and see maybe what this new DC thing is about, maybe appreciate it, is more than likely going to, in a sense, showcase how much the gaming side is important to DC as a whole, because I think a lot of the exceptions are going to be on the gaming side. But today's video is to talk a little bit about some of what he said today and some of what's going on in Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Now, many of you who may have watched it, it's very short. He went ahead to mention that apparently the current Flash movie that's scheduled to be released very soon is going to reset everything from this particular standpoint. Hence, what you're going to probably see with the Flash movie is you're more than likely going to have something that is along the lines of the Flashpoint, scenario. Now, this Flashpoint scenario was actually alluded to in some leaks that kind of made their way around, and some of the developers were reportedly laughing at these leaks because they said they were bad or they were not true, and so on and so forth. But it appears to us that what James is actually gunning at is probably in a place where this Flashpoint scenario is quite probable with the Kill the Justice League thing. Now, I can't necessarily tell you that I remember when James Gunn kind of took over the leadership of DC, or when maybe things were finalized and kept under wraps before they got announced, or possibly he came into the picture or was coming into the picture, and this is why Suicide Squad was delayed in order to give them one more year to be able to write the Flashpoint scenario into things. But this is altogether very interesting overall, because there are also rumors that there might be a rebirth of the Arkham games, a reboot of some sense that's possibly going to happen. I think this also further ties into Slick Moth's original hypothesis, where he had mentioned that for a while he'd been hearing a lot of different whispers within the community right now of gamers that is basically pointing out that it seemed like Dave Zaslav and the leaders at Warner were actually looking forward to possibly moving the video game development back to the Arkham games because they were quite profitable for the company at the times that they were released. So when you kind of chart these things, it might be a stretch in your mind, or it could be a hypothesis that you're willing to at least take a second glance at. It seems to me that it's not really out of the question. Sure, I get it that Warner Brothers Montreal have their Gotham Knights game, but it's very easy that the game that they have, or the video game that they're developing after Gotham Knights, that seems to have been greenlit a while ago, is more than likely going to be easily categorized into the Elseworld. Gotham Knights can easily be categorized into the Elseworld because it's not in the Arkhamverse, while the Suicide game can then kind of be the leading path to reboot the Arkham games. And in the Wonder Woman game, depending on how the story unfolds, which is still, in my opinion, in its infancy and development, could be tied into all of these plans, I think we have something here for the gaming scene that we're having to wipe the slate clean of a lot of these games in terms of their story in order to reconnect the entire universe. Now, this video is not to determine how I feel about all this or if this is actually the right move to make. This video is just pointing out that now it's much more probable that this is the direction things are going to go. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. I'm going to just stop right here. Maybe in a separate video, I'll tell you how I feel about all of this. But it's interesting to hear your thoughts in the comment section and let me know, because this is a very interesting discussion as to how this is going to affect gaming overall. There's also a whole bunch of other stuff, and I'm sure that we'll make other videos to be able to address them. So thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys' time and audience, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.